Oh, this one's called Evil Ships Tonight. Barry from Wolfman's Got Nards. My God, does that not look like Jamie Lee Curtis's twin sister that was separated at birth and lives a different lifestyle? Like, wow. I remember she pushes not Jamie Lee Curtis, but Elvira. I'm bouncing around here, but she pushes the gates open with her breasts. Yeah. Evil Ships Tonight, guys. Okay. And it's guaranteed to be there in 24 hours. Okay. Guys, this just came down the pipe. This isn't like crazy news, but this is Jason Blum. Because who's been silent during this whole thing, right? Jason Blum. So now Jason Blum actually has some thoughts about going forward. Maybe even a little interest in the franchise going forward. Okay? Let's read through this real quick. Halloween franchise revival reports addressed by sequel trilogy producer Jason Blum. I'm not so sure. Okay, what does he mean by I'm not so sure? Okay, let's look at the summary. The summary is that Jason Blum expresses doubts about another revival of the Halloween franchise, stating that Halloween Ends was intended to be the end. Reports of a TV show adaptation of Halloween led to speculation about a prequel exploring Laurie's past in a younger Michael. No, we don't want that. We do not want that. The issue of canon continuity arises. The only other viable option for continuing the franchise would be a full reboot. But this risks undoing the grounded approach of the recent trilogy. While it's not undoing anything, this is Halloween. We've had how many continuity, how many timelines have we had? While a continuation would risk revisiting the supernatural elements critics and audiences previously despised. I don't know. I never despised the supernatural element. I actually love that. And I love that they never like spell it out. I mean, I guess in the action you see it spelled out, but you never hear anybody full on say Michael is supernatural. There's always that looming question, right? After definitely ending its central villain's reign of terror, Jason Blum addresses recent reports of the Halloween franchise getting another revival. Originally created by John Carpenter and met with increasingly mixed reviews across its slew of sequels, the slasher movie series was brought back to life with much acclaim with 2018's Halloween, produced by Blumhouse. Which, by the way, Halloween 2018 is like the bottom of that trilogy for me, which acted as a direct sequel to the original movie. Similar to prior sequels, its direct follow-ups were met with mostly mixed to negative reviews, with Halloween Ends seemingly ending the franchise with Michael Myers, but put through an industrial shredder, effectively killing the villain for good. Spoilers. While speaking with comicbook.com for the upcoming release of The Exorcist Believer, by the way, I'm seeing Exorcist Tuesday night, guys, was asked about the recent reports of Halloween franchise revival. The producer behind the recent sequel trilogy expressed his doubts about another continuation of the slasher movie series, assuring Blumhouse had concluded their run with the property and feeling unsure about how it could continue after Halloween Ends' conclusion. See what Blum said below. I mean, I think it's pretty easy. It's a complete reboot. You know, it wouldn't be in continuity with the David Gordon Green trilogy. He says, it was called The End. That's the end. I don't know. I've been thinking about Halloween a lot lately. I'm not so sure. I was very sure it was our last Halloween. And now, I've been thinking Halloween is coming around, the actual holiday. And I don't know. It's anybody's guess. So that doesn't really tell me that he's like wanting to. Although I did hear I thought I saw somewhere somebody said that Blumhouse might be interested though. Have you guys heard that? Initial reports of another Halloween franchise revival were met with both mixed response from longtime fans of the franchise, as well as an indignant shrug from the film industry, as the property's longevity made another installment inevitable. Much of the skepticism points towards Myers being killed off in Halloween Ends and Jamie Lee Curtis's Laurie finally getting closure from her decades-long traumatic fight against the slasher villain. But, some interesting thoughts there. It is interesting that Jason Blum, I don't know if he thought that Halloween, like they would never make Halloween movies again. I don't know if that's what he's thinking. You can't be thinking that, right? I mean, this franchise made so much money with those last 3 movies, right? Do I think that they should start immediately on another Halloween? I'd say no. I think that's the right answer. But I mean, there's a pile of scripts on Malek Akkad's desk right now that are just insane. And I guarantee you 1 out of every 100 of those ideas are probably a kick-ass story. And here's the thing too, guys. While sometimes deals are made behind the scenes while other things are going on. Like while this David Gordon Green trilogy is going on, I guarantee you it's kind of like laying the tracks as the train's going on, There's work going on behind the scenes. So I guarantee you they were probably thinking, okay, even before Halloween Ends came out, they were probably thinking, okay, where do we go from here now that this movie's about to come out, right? What's the future? Let's start laying the tracks, because sometimes this stuff can take 3-4 years until we finally get a movie out, right? Because I think I made my first Halloween update video about John Carpenter coming back to the franchise. I think it was 3 years before the movie actually finally came out, So I guess my point I'm trying to make is that good ideas are always there. And it's not like David Gordon Green's directing this thing again. It's a fresh start, right? And so you usually when you have a fresh start, you got a different director who is probably hungry and is going to put forth the best effort to make something that's great. And can a great Halloween property, be it TV, be it movie, come out a year after Halloween Ends? Absolutely it can. Absolutely it can. Because it's a completely different crew, different director, hell, probably different actors, right? You're not going to have James Jude Courtney playing Michael Myers again. That's not happening. I'd be shocked if it does, right? So it's just like fresh meat, right? Fresh meat coming in. Like if they were doing same crew that did, the David Gordon Green crew, yeah, I would say, yeah, they probably wouldn't want to put out another movie in a year. They're probably tired of the franchise. But this is fresh blood, right? So I think as long as good stories are out there and great directors are directing those stories, I mean, you can constantly put out stuff, right? I'll never complain unless it starts becoming highly evident that we are going too fast and we need to slow down, right? And I'm not seeing that yet, right? I think it's an exciting time to be a Halloween fan. I think Halloween's bigger now than it ever has been, right? Yeah, not everybody liked Halloween Ends, but I think some people were pretty damn excited that they had the balls to actually try something new and different and not just do a repeat of the slasher formula, right? So if anything, Ends got me excited for the future, okay? So now we can jump into my notes here. One more thing before we jump into the notes, Halloween related, okay? Slaughtered Lamb Movie Podcast. Got to give them full credit here. They were at the Halloween 45 convention. Luckily, they took some notes while they were at there. Malek Akkad did a panel, and of course, they're going to ask him questions about the future. These are direct quotes from Malek Akkad. He said, "Really cool stuff coming. A kernel of truth in last week's rumors. A kernel of truth in last week's rumors. Plan is to keep the franchise at an..." Ready for anybody going to get triggered here? An elevated level. Plan is to keep the franchise at an elevated level. To me, that means they're taking this shit seriously. I think they don't want to delve into B-movie territory. I guess say like they did with Halloween 6. Even Halloween 5, and Halloween 6 is my number 3 of the franchise. Halloween, I love that trilogy, but even I can admit it was a smaller production, right? So I think elevated just means that there are a lot of parties in high places that are interested in the Halloween franchise right now. Okay. And here's another kicker. Possible announcement by this Halloween. So we might get some big news on this by this Halloween. All right. So really, really cool stuff. I'm excited. Malek Akkad, you can tell he loves this franchise. He's always thinking ahead. And I think he's probably even thinking, even when he's long gone, when he passes the torch, Halloween ain't going nowhere. Right. I think there's, and I think they're making moves for longevity, right? I don't think they're thinking, they're thinking one movie at a time or one trilogy at a time, but I just think they're being really strategic about what they do. They want to make sure that they get a hit. These movies don't cost that much to make, and they definitely don't want to go straight to video. That doesn't mean they don't want to do TV. TV's coming, I think. I really think TV's coming. But they don't want to do anything to damage the movies and Michael Myers. And, you always want Myers to be a cinematic draw. That's my personal opinion. Okay. What's up, guys? You are at the end of the DDLive clip. What I do is I like to clip these out if I think the topic is important or something that's newsworthy. So thank you for watching. And if you want to watch more, you can go over here. You can go over here, click on one of those. And hopefully I can do this for 20 seconds, which I think I did. Okay, so thanks for watching, guys.